Alright everybody, so this is a class to make up all the the video that couldn't work. So firstly we spoke about functions. Okay, we said functions are a reusable block of code. Okay, we said functions are a reusable block of code. They are codes that we could use over and over again without repeating ourselves. Okay, so I'm going to state the example, and before I moved on, for those of you who follow the class, you get the example where we made of the woman who sells noodles, that when you go to her shop she will cook from immediately you get it. That's when she starts cooking. Why can't you have a system where she can be reused, just cook it, then when anybody comes you serve it, stuff like that. So that's what we spoke about function. And we said in function we have inbuilt function, and we have user function. So inbuilt function, built, like when you build an house. Inbuilt functions are like the ones we have used, like the print, like the input. Remember, functions, you identify functions by these two open and close parentheses in front of them. Now the type of function we are talking about is the one you create by yourself. And when you want to create a function, the first thing you do is that you define the function, starting with the keyword def. Okay, so your function, you can name it anything you want. Okay, you can name it anything you want. Take this function as a house, name your house anything. All right, so this is the syntax to starting a function. You start def, you write the function name, okay, with open and close parentheses, then you put full column. This full column means that let's start. Okay, it means let's start. It means we can start coding inside this function. So immediately you click enter and you go down, you can see this space here. This space here is called indentation. So what's the function of indentation? Is just the space inside the function. All right, you use space to indicate that you are writing inside the function. If you come out of the space, it means you are writing outside of the function. All right, but if you indent, it means you are writing inside of the function. I'm going to explain that in the next class. So let's write a code. Let's greet. You know how to print already. Greet, good morning sir, good morning sir. And we know that when we print, it's supposed to show in the output section, but when I run this code, we are not going to have any output code showing good morning sir. It's because anytime you define a function, you must call the function. Okay, anytime you define a function, you must call the function. And when you are calling the function, you call the function outside of the function. Now you know the difference between inside. This is inside of the function, but when you don't indent, it is outside of the function. So what is your function name? Our function name is what? Greet. That's our function, right? So when you run this code now, it will run perfectly. So what have we learned so far? We have learned how to define a function. That the syntax of defining a function is that you must start with the keyword def, then greet, open and close parentheses, then this full column means you can start. And we have learned that you can write inside a function and you can also write outside of a function. I'll be explaining that in the next class. And also we can do greet. We can, at the end of every function, you call the function. Without calling the function, it will not work. All right, so when you define, you write your block of code. And why is it reusable? That we said you can write greet instead of typing print good morning sir again. All you just need to do is to write greet again anywhere in your code, and it will print good morning sir again. Hope you understand why it is reusable now. So I'll be ending the video now. See you in the next class.